What up, though? This your boy Cousin P, and you're tuned in to
The
spot where the ears meet the street.
You here with the players, the best. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you. Damn, I don't even know. I gotta get the shit where your ear eat. What is it? Where your ears meet the street. Where your ear meet the street. The spot where your ear meet the streets, man. Where your ears meet the
What up, though? This your boy Cousin P. You're tuned into the spot where the ears meet the streets. I got a special guest with me today. I'm gonna allow him to introduce himself.
What's up in the Philharmonic? Waiting for the beat come in. Got two more bars. Yo. Come up from the valley of the shadow of death. Take this in, I promise that you'll never run out of breath. Live your life, cause sometimes I know it's hard to respect. Cause when we hurt, that's the moment that we all wanna flex. I confess that as humans can be really complex. We flash our egos and we wanna call it art and elect. We show emotion and we think they're gonna think of us less. But you blessed, you should never ever think that you less. Cause in the end, we always our biggest enemies. But it's always against each other that we compete. 9 times out of 10 is how it tends to be. Though this observation can be really hard to see. But if there's one thing that I hope you never fail to notice, is that our music's still beautiful though the record's broken. If all we want in life is unconditional love, then what we want is what we have to become. Yeah, if I could go back to the moments that I felt that nostalgia as a kid before the pains of life began to befall me, to the moments that I cherish in my heart that are guarded, to keep me on my path, even at points of the hardest. As time would pass, I grew older and loved ones would come and go. I relied on other people to fill the void in my soul, to be a high amongst my lows. That's when I lost my hope, cause at the point that they would leave, I ended up hurting more. Though at the time, my life really began to get messy, but that's the moment that I got to learn a valuable lesson. The worst thing that I'm feeling when I'm feeling most empty is that I cannot tell the difference between love and acceptance. That's the reason why the people get addicted to drugs, to escape the pain of life, so we live fast and die young, to avoid our problems we can never seem to run from. How can time heal any wounds if we can't get to confront? That's why in life, we gotta be our own leaders, because we as hurting people always hurt other people. It's not because we're evil or even because we mean to, it's because we're broken and you need me just like I need you. So if there's one thing that I hope you never fail to notice, is that our music's still beautiful though the record's broken. If all we want in life is unconditional love, then what we want is what we have to become.
Dope. And are you from Sacramento?
I'm actually from Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay, and how long you been in Sac?
20 years. So I'm 26, so this is my home.
This is your home. Okay. Shout out Sacramento. Are you working on any new projects right now?
I am. I'm working on my follow-up to my self-titled debut. It's going to be called Transcendentalism. I'm going to be dropping it pretty damn soon here.
Okay, is it any features on it or just all you?
Just on me.
That's dope. Dope. Okay. How would you describe your sound for the people who never heard your music before?
That's a lot. I'm so multi-genre faceted. It's just really whatever I'm feeling. So if you like all types of music, if you're not picky, then I think you'll like mine.
Okay, that's dope. What are you hoping your fans get from your music? Or not even your fans, if you have fans, they kind of, like what you like. But like someone wants to see this interview, and they tune in and go listen. What are you hoping they take away from it?
I hope they see that, like, I'm a human. And I think a lot of people when they see people in the media, especially people that relate to them, they tend to idolize them to a certain extent where we have ideas of them, but I want people to know that I can't agree with you on everything. I won't. I'm a human just like everybody else.
Right.
This is just what I do, and this is the part that's just hyper focused, the part that everybody sees, but there's many parts to me.
Dope. That's definitely dope. What are your influences outside of hip hop that helps form your style of music that you make?
A lot of rock, a lot of R&B and soul.
Okay.
Usually in the 70s and 80s, Prince, Pink Floyd, Stevie Wonder,
Okay.
D'Angelo.
Okay, that's dope.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you see yourself as an artist?
I mean, that's a good question. That's a hard question. Because as seeing myself as an artist, as I just do it as therapy for myself in the way that I express myself.
Okay.
It's just a way that I like to. It's constructive, and I feel like I'm good at it. It's better than just getting angry, you know, just talking shit about somebody. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
That's dope. This question is kind of similar to that one. How do you want to be seen as an artist in the eyes of others?
Ooh, as a human being that makes mistakes. Because I'm about to say offensive shit on my record, so I don't want people to, you know, not trying to cancel me if they do. Fuck.
Right.
You know, that's the energy I'm on at this point.
Right. There's nothing wrong with that, man. It's about creativity. That's what it's supposed to be about. You know what I mean?
Right.
And unapologetic. That's how you're supposed to be. What do you like to do outside of music that contribute to your creativity when it comes to making music?
I love that. Live, bro. Like, I know that's like a cliche thing, but I'm not the type of person that can like stick to like 3 subjects. I use my music to talk about my life.
Okay.
And so every experience that I have contributes to the music I write. Also being informed about what we see, things in the media, things, difficulties within our society,
Right.
societal norms, our culture.
Right.
Pay attention to all of it.
Right. That's dope. RP Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant.
I don't know if you've seen that Gail interview.
Oh, fuck Gail.
What are your thoughts on that? I've been
Fuck Gail. I fuck anybody that wants to bring up the rape the rape thing. Fuck them. I don't play that, because I'll tell you something. When it comes to black men and rape culture, we are most of us are the exception to the rule. You know, I saw a lady explain it perfectly. They see a guy that was acquitted of rape. We see a guy fighting for his life.
Right.
In 2003, it was a whole different culture than it is now.
Right. Sure.
And so, in the fact that everybody non-black was racing to the fact that they wanted to cancel Kobe in the midst of him and his daughter dying and 9 other people, fuck whatever they talk about. Honestly, on some real shit. Like I don't care what backlash I get. Y'all can go fuck yourselves.
Right.
Because that's just indecent, and people should be able to mourn.
Right.
You don't go into somebody's funeral and go up onto the lamp stage and say you're a piece of shit, and that's what you did. So don't be mad when I kick your ass out the church.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
Right. I totally agree. Did you hear the Snoop Dogg comment story?
I did not.
So, and the reason why, because he's getting a lot of backlash now, because I think he called her a nappy head, dog head bitch, or some shit like. I mean, do you feel that was like a disrespect? It's based on black man, black woman, even though she was definitely out of pocket, but the choice of words. You get what I'm saying? Like he called a bitch at least a good 3 or 4 times. In that sense, or do you think it's just fair game? Since
I'm just gonna sit my teeth to that one. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna give an answer to that. I will say on the Bill Cosby part, you know, when you got like 35, you know, it's not because he's trying to buy NBC. There are many preludes to the quaaludes that got him where he's at right now. He's lucky he's getting 3 to 10 years. He should be getting 70 to 80.
Right. I'm like, yeah, well, you got
all lives matter to him and his victims. You know what I mean? You know, like there's all over the spectrum. He discriminated no color whatsoever. So no, he's not no Kobe Bryant. Let's not treat him. We not going to try to give him amnesty in the midst of Kobe Bryant.
Right. And what are your thoughts on R. Kelly? Do you think he's guilty?
Do I think he's guilty?
I think he is.
I've been found he's guilty. Dave Chappelle is the one that thinks thought he was guilty before all of us did. I mean, he had skits about it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I definitely agree. So next question. What is something that your fans don't know about you?
I just don't. I don't have any political leanings. I think everybody's in it for the money, and we're in it for the power. So that's that's
a good way to look at it.
That's what I'm talking about in the record. Like, you know what I mean? Philosophies, religions, all that stuff. I deny all of it. Like, you know, like a lot of people they want to preach on their ethic, and then they want to enforce their ethic upon other people. But you weren't shooting in the gym with me, so I could care less. Right. That's what I want people to know, because that's the energy I'm on now. It's like, if you can't have a personal relationship with me in my life, don't tell me what the fuck I should be believing. Right. You know what I mean? Like, because you're not there for me when I'm going through my trauma. So
right. You know? That definitely makes sense.
Yeah.
Final question. I don't think this really applies to you, because I see your career really like taking off for like being on a Sway show, but I typically ask this just to get people.
It can go on down overnight.
Right. So if your music career don't take off as planned, do you have a plan B, and what is that?
Do I have a plan B? I mean, I'm already starting my plan B, whether or not if I want to do this or not. But now that I have the platform to do what I do, I could do anything I want with my life as long as it's serving people. And I think that's ironically what I do with the music, is also serving others as much as myself. Because, I mean, music is a form of therapy.
Right.
You may not speak to some people. It may be a harsh truth to one person, but it may
resonate with somebody else.
Yeah, exactly. But I realize that in music, like, we always have this idea of what making it is. So, like, you know, I'm just trying to make it. For some people, making it is trying to get to the top of the game and have 7 figures.
Right.
Never have to worry about any finances, get your mom a house. For me, it's just being happy internally.
Okay.
And so, if I'm not happy internally in music, and I mean, I've traveled the United States doing sold out tours with Hobo Johnson, and I'll tell you this, like, it's like the best experience you could probably get, probably as an artist, is touring with your friends, touring with your family. With that being said, it's like, you know, making it for me, you could do anything you want in life if you get a passion out of serving people instead of just doing it for the art. I do it for people, and you know, you can do many things for people.
Right.
You can work at Home Depot, working for people. Right. You can do Postmates, working for people. You can be a doctor, a nurse, a teacher. If you're in it for serving people, you can do anything you want.
That's dope.
Yeah, because once you turn your passion into a job, it becomes just that. And when you think of it as a job, you're going to hate it like any other job.
That's a dope response. Wow. Yeah, I like that. So, question, what do you think about Sacramento current state of music in general? Just like hip hop. I don't know if they really have an R&B situation out here, but I
will listen to musicians out of here before I listen to anything coming out on the radio. Anybody who's talking about popping, I listen to local first.
Why is that?
Because it's them. It's like you can see the humanity in it. You can hear when the industry plagues the creativity. With a lot of artists coming up, you know, I don't like judging them on what's good or what's bad, because that's subjective. But I know I can relate to a local artist before I could ever relate to a national headlining touring artist under a label where they can't even write their own music. They gotta write something that the label approves.
Right.
So it's like, you know, the things coming out of Sacramento, both from like the R&B, the hip hop perspective, the local hip hop perspective, I fucking love it all. Like, you know what I mean?
Dope. And what don't you like about the hip hop scene in Sacramento? What are some things that you wish could change, or things that you think we should do more of to try to get higher in that plateau?
We need to stop. I think as a whole city, I wouldn't see it within our arts community really, but I think as a city as a whole, we're a bunch of fucking clout chasers. We are. Sacramento is full of clout chasing. It's like anytime you see anything uproaring on the internet, It's just a bunch of fucking clout chasing bullshit. And you know that for me, same goes for me. I've done some clout chasing bullshit. It's a Sacramento thing that we do, but I think that's something we all have to rise above for once. It's like, you know, and I'm not in the clout chasing sense of like, you know, like not in the form of art, like, but in the way we treat others. The things that we do for attention. The things that we say for attention, which I think, if this interview gets on, which I hope it does, ain't gonna. But I'm just letting you know in advance that I don't give a shit. So I'm just saying, we need to stop this clout chasing crap. I think more in the activist community more than I would say in the artist community. The artist community, we just make art, but when we start bringing the activism into it, that's when the clout chasing starts to overwhelm everything, and it becomes a bunch of politics like the goddamn government.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's definitely, no, I can definitely agree with that on that. I definitely can agree with that. Okay, well, that concludes all the questions. Man, thank you for coming out, brother.
Of course, bro.
If you can look in that camera and shout out all your social media info, in case somebody look up this interview, like, he's very interested. I want to find this guy.
You guys can follow me at the Philharmonic. It's the Philharmonic with a K. It's spelled THEPHILHARMONIK. It's the same on all social medias. And shout out to my boy Cousin P doing this. Glad to support local. Always happy. Thanks for bringing me on, bro.
Thank you for coming, man.
I am, man.